What have you done for drugs today?
I borrowed money to buy a small amount, and
How much money did you borrow?
I borrowed $75
From who?
from a relative, and
Did you steal it or did they lend it to you?
they lent it to me. Sure. I think if I came to the point where I had to steal, either from friends or strangers, I'd rather get sick.
A lot of people, a lot of people support habits by stealing or
true.
prostituting themselves. Have you ever done anything like that?
No, I haven't. And I'd like to avoid to do that, obviously.
But obviously you get desperate.
There's a lot of desperation, and every time I feel desperate and those thoughts do cross your mind, breaking the law in some way, thieving, I've decided a long time ago that rather than compromise my integrity and cross...
Don't you think you've compromised it by just doing this stuff?
Not my integrity. I think I'd compromise my integrity by stealing to support my habit.
And you've never done that?
I've never done that.
Never had to prostitute yourself or whatever, all the
Never.
other kind of
Never.
things people fall into?
And although I've never done it myself, I can understand how other people might choose that course of action. But I won't allow myself to do that. That's one thing that I still have a choice about. And as long as I have a choice.
So what else did you do today? You borrowed money.
Borrowed money, and I also bought drugs on credit. This is from a source that I normally don't buy it from. And I'm always very cautious in that circumstance.
Jamie, it surprised me how well-spoken and articulate you are, and how much you seem to. You understand this almost like it's a business. You're not kind of careless. It doesn't seem. You talk about doing it in measured doses and kind of. You really talk about it like you've analyzed it, like you've done a systems analysis of how to stay high and how to be a junkie. You've used your intellect as a system analyst, basically to break down how to do this in the most efficient, economic way.
That's true.
You got this down to a science.
That's true. And
I don't know if that's anything to be proud of, but you certainly.
It isn't, but I think even something illegal like the purchase and the administration of heroin has to be done in a reasonably thoughtful manner.
Jamie, what does your family feel about this?
My family...
Do they all know that you're a junkie?
Yes, they do.
Mom, Dad, everybody?
Sure.
Sure? You sound so nonchalant about it. It's like knowing that you're in a bowling league or something.
Yes, it's a part of my life that I've never made a secret to my family. I've never lied to them, and they've shown me that they disapprove and are worried for me, but at the same time they've shown me numerous times that they love me enough to overlook my dependence on this.
Don't they want to get you in treatment? Don't they want to? I think my folks would be trying to intervene.
I've had numerous family interventions, and whenever I'm confronted by family and friends about my problem, I'm hostile initially, and I try to keep an open mind because I know that they're doing it out of love and true concern for me. And several times I have gone to treatment.
How many times? You say several times.
Well, 3 times I've gone to a medical treatment facility. And each time I've stopped for 7 to 10 days and fallen off the wagon each time. Just because it's one thing to...
Is that depressing? I mean, you talk about being depressed after each day. It's got to be very depressing when you've stayed clean for 5, 10 days, and suddenly you're back at the same, knocking on the same doors.
Well, you've got to understand that withdrawal doesn't last for 5 to 7 days. Acute withdrawal normally lasts 7 to 10 days, and that's, for me anyway, that's when the physical symptoms start to level off, and I'll start to feel a little bit better, but mentally, the withdrawal symptoms will last months. And I think most of the treatment programs available don't address that fact. The staff is very reluctant to write out prescriptions for the drugs that are necessary to keep a recovering addict straight on an outpatient basis.
Right. Jamie, do you entertain any real hope that you're ever going to get straight? Do you think you're going to die a junkie?
I'd rather not. Obviously, I'd rather not die a junkie. I definitely do not want to die as a direct result of drug use.
But you're on the fast track.
I'm on the fast track, sure. And for so many other junkies that I've known, that track has led to hospitalization.
But you don't want to get off. You like it too much.
I do like it. I'd be a liar if I didn't tell you that I like getting high. And my alternative is to become sick once again for several weeks. And as long as I can hustle the money and make a connection, I'm going to choose that route. Like most people, junkies take the path of least resistance. And once obtaining drugs becomes more difficult than stopping, I think I'll be able to quit.
But that ain't going to happen, because anywhere you go, there are going to be drugs. And
Right.
You obviously have a nose to find them. You're not going to stop.
Probably not until I make that decision that's what I'm going to do.
I guess I'm asking, you think you're ever going to be capable of making that decision?
Sure, I have in the past.
But it hasn't lasted.
Well, it lasted 10 years. For me personally, total abstinence from any form of drug use is the only way. And I think I'm going to have to, or I know I'm going to have to take that approach. It's going to have to be total, absolute abstinence from drugs, alcohol, and the cultural scene that it's available in. And if it means moving to a more rural area where every street corner is not a drug connection, that's what I'm going to do.